Good morning. I must really love you all to give you these awareness videos because I'm giving you bedhead, pajamas, nasty morning look. But today's subject is about spasms when we talk about spinal cord injury awareness. And my worst spasms are in the mornings and when I go to bed at night. Now, the reason we have spasms are because when you have a spinal cord injury, spasms are just a major over-exaggeration of any of our reflexes. They're involuntary most of the time, although sometimes you can learn how to trigger a spasm, what your body will react to, and there's reasons for that. But, so if your body sends a signal and says, oh my goodness, a blanket just brushed against my leg, then a signal goes back up to your brain and says, it's no big deal, it's a blanket, it's not a big deal. So your body learns to readjust to that sensory thing that happened. When you have a spinal cord injury, it could take the wind blowing, a blanket, somebody barely touching you, banging it hard, a full bladder, a UTI, which we get quite often. It could be anything, a shoe too tight, your clothes. There are so many things that can trigger spasms because your body says, oh, the blanket has touched my leg, and we say, what? And our legs can just go crazy because they don't know how to send those signals correctly back through the damaged nerves that know how to respond correctly. So any stimulus can make us spasm. Now, there are medications for it. There are pumps you can have put in. I don't take any medicines, and my spasms aren't horrible. There are spasms so bad that people get thrown out of their wheelchairs. They're not that horrible. Most of my spasms are positional, meaning I know what's going to cause a spasm, and I try to avoid that. I think spasms are kind of embarrassing for me, so this is a big deal for me to show you this. Very few people have seen me have very many spasms because I try very hard not to trigger those around anybody else. But sometimes you can't help it. You just start spasming, you can't help it. So this morning I have woke up. There's a few things for me that I know my spasms are worse right now. Number one, it's kind of getting close to my time of month for a woman, and that always makes me more jumpy. The other thing is, it's been all night and my bladder is full, so that will make me jumpy. And the other thing is, my son and I have been working on a project, and I've been doing a lot of weird moves and been down on the floor working with him, screwing and stuff. So that's got my body not responding right. Probably just sore muscles and things like that, but my body is just burning from about my armpits down today. And I feel like someone has wrapped me in rubber bands, and I feel very tight inside. So I feel kind of stiff. Now, my method to go handle this right now is I'm going straight to the shower. And I'll take a long, hot shower, and that will calm my body down for most of the day. So, anyway, I'm going to transfer, and any quick muscle stretches for me. So, just to get up is good. That doesn't seem to bother my body too much. But I feel very stiff, and you can see my legs feel very, very stiff today. And normally I'm much more pliable. And, but anytime I lay down, and I just got a new memory foam topper, and it's amazing to sleep on, but I can hardly move in this thing. So I'm much more awkward. I've not learned really well. It's kind of sucking me up. Any kind of quick stretches for me. So when I lay back and do a quick stretch, this is always at night after sitting, or almost really any time I do it. When I lay back quickly, my body does not like that. And it'll kind of go crazy. And that is nothing of that is me. It just does it. And then it just stops. So, I'll get back up and show you my transfers. The reason you need to know about this is because it's very annoying when your body spasms or moves, and then somebody says to you, oh, your leg's moving, or I saw your toes moving around, and you're like, you did, and they're trying to tell you that, you see, like that everything's great, you must be getting function back because of spasm. It's not, it's just a spasm, and it's involuntary, and I cannot get out of this bed hardly. My husband's been having to help me, but, it's just, plus I'm very stiff this morning, and my husband's behind the camera laughing at me right now, and that should be illegal. I tell him I do a great impersonation of a beached whale. Now see my feet, this leg does worse than the other. But I'll let that calm down before I transfer because I don't want it throwing me out. And some of you have been wanting to see a transfer from the bed, so this is it with it, okay? I just get my chair up as close as I can, push my fist down to get me some oomph, and then I'm just going to put my head down and go. But my legs don't like this morning. And you can kind of just push down on them sometimes and stop a spasm. You know, whatever you can do, or let it go. Sometimes I just let it go because at least the spasm, I'm ready to go back to bed. At least the spasm can help those muscles. I'm not contracting them, but they're contracting. So, another thing I never do, and I'll just show this one more time, but if I stretch, sometimes you just want a good stretch. But if I stretch, here's what happens. If I lean back, there's a spot in my back, and I don't know what it is, but it don't like it. But if I lean back for a good stretch, my legs go crazy. And you can see. So I don't do that in public, ever. But spasms can, they can ruin your life if they're too bad. And so there are a lot of medications and pumps and things you learn to do, sometimes picking up my leg and resetting it very slowly. Honestly, you can ask my husband, sometimes just getting my clothes off will trigger my spasms, sometimes throwing a blanket on me will trigger spasms. You never know when they're going to hit or why, and so you just try to learn to control them. You can use them, and I'll talk more about how I use a particular spasm when I do our bowel and bladder video that's coming up. So thank you for seeing the real whatever this morning, and thanks for learning about spasms.